Should be on.
Hello? Yeah, okay. So, I'm Gonçalo. I work at the digital marketing team at Galp. I believe most of you don't know what's Galp. Galp is an oil company, just like Shell or like BP, British Petroleum. So it's a traditional company. We are not fortunate to deal with pets, something that's very emotional. I don't believe that anyone is emotional about gas. But so I'm gonna briefly. Okay, so our digital department, I'm responsible for email, SMS, push notifications. Our digital marketing team has now 3 years, and we are now getting actually like to work on the digital, because before it was just to get it started. So a little bit more about Galp. Galp was funded in 1999. We have a revenue of around 15 billion. I guarantee this is not because of marketing. We have, most of the revenue comes from exploration. I put this here because it shows that the company, it's big, but it's good, but it's bad. It has its bad sides. We have other competitors like BP, but we have the biggest market share. We also operate in 7 countries, and we have a total of 800 gas stations. And our business is mostly about selling gas and convenience. So I will get right into our customer database. I will here then share some specific examples of email marketing and what we have learned about it. So we have around 400,000 email subscribers. Mostly it's B2C. And something important is that these email subscribers didn't actually sign up for the newsletter. They came from a loyalty program we had before. Like it was just, they had a card and that card would give them points. So we actually have these people on our database. We can email them, but okay, so we didn't actually have they didn't sign up for a newsletter. We don't do active sales, meaning that we don't actually sell gas with email. We don't actually track purchases, or if we track them, it's difficult that we can identify the person who actually bought this product, the gas or the convenience product. And if we actually have that information, that's the last point. It's decentralized, meaning that it's somewhere in another system. It's not in our email system. So, and the purpose of email marketing for our company. So it's a very traditional business. We are now making the shift to go digital. We know that we have to catch up. We cannot stay behind. And so the purpose is to have a better relationship, with the customer, to build. So we know that customers have gone online. We also, this is a part of strategy. Then we are building an app. Also, we have a website that is being restructured to speak more into a client type of language, not to be very product based. And we also, with email, we try to cross-sell and upsell gas and convenience products. So I will now share some insights. Well, first, I will exemplify. So in 2017, we started doing email. We just got it up and running. We are not doing anything until then. So this, on the right side, you see what our emails looked like. So we're doing ABC testing, but very like subject time, very normal, like very simple stuff. We didn't have an overall strategy, and it was just trial and error, basically. Here I share the results. So as you see at the beginning, we didn't have much volume. So the gray bars are the volume of emails. We send around 3 million emails with an open rate of 20%, click rate 1.6, and click to open 7.5. So now I'm going to share what happened in 2018 and how we actually increase these results, and how did we manage to increase them? So in 2018, our emails changed a bit. I will give more examples. We started doing A/B testing more of copy and design instead of just going for the subject and time. We did that on 2017. We started evaluating legitimate metrics. I will show you in a minute what that means. Then we also thought more about building customer goodwill. We started doing the bit-by-bit approach. This is just a name. You're probably very familiar with it. I will also share it. And we started focusing more on content marketing. So insights. This is the first example. This was a test of copy and kind of design. On the left side, you see, so this was a campaign which we were giving prices. On the left side, you see that we didn't actually frame the prices the right way. It's exactly the same, almost the same copy. On the right side, we just framed it as prices with a big, bold title and just the gray framing, and it's actually performed much better with 1.4 much higher click rates. And yes, now we, instead of just scattering maybe the prices through the email, we just frame it and try to like guide the eye of the client to the benefit of them participating. So yeah, and so the insight was email is like talking to a child. Like we have to be very at least that's what's been working for us. The next one, okay, so this is in Portuguese. We actually, so on the left side, this is a content-based email. This is the top 5 articles. So on the left side, you see something like get to know this prepaid card called Galp Ready. So we are really talking about product here. And on the left side, you see it's the exact same thing, but we say something like, so do you know that you can control your expenses? Get to know, like, know this, or do you know this already? And so we did this for all the articles, and we actually have a good increase on around, I don't know, 1.5% of click rates. And we started doing this a lot. And also have a second person look to the email, because when I'm doing the email, it's very difficult sometimes to have a broad overview and not be so caught in the details. So here I just wrote copy should be benefit-oriented and not product-oriented. Okay, this one. It relates to, so we were doing a campaign and an agency was helping us with email. And so they wanted to do the version B of the email. And when we sent the email, they actually performed better, the version B from the agency. But what we noticed is that they kind of trapped the email with a lot of hyperlinks with images, with hyperlinks on text that didn't actually show that it was a hyperlink. So they actually performed better, but people didn't know, like the customer was clicking, maybe scrolling, and then clicking on an image, and we would lose the customer. The metrics from the email will not be a reflection of the intended of the customer, so it was a bit of a mix-up. And that's what I mean, like we now, just when the image has a very specific CTA, do we actually hyperlink it? Otherwise, we just don't do it. Even if that means lower click rates, because that's more a precise metric. Okay, so here I just wrote only intended clicks and opens should be counted. Okay, this one. So at the beginning I was saying that our purpose is to increase customer engagement and goodwill. Here we did a very simple automation. We just sent a discount coupon for the birthday of, because we had the birthday date of almost everyone on our database. So we just sent an email saying, so it's our birthday, here you have a discount coupon. We got, even if it's simple, it was very effective. We had like a click to open rate of 76%, which is not normal. Like typically it's 12, or maybe if it's a good campaign, it's 90%. we actually managed to make 25 additional thousand euros in 12 months with this, and we had over more 15,000 app installs, meaning that when people clicked, they just received the coupon, and we did a follow-up email because our app has discounts, but you have to install the app. So instead of just sending an email saying install our app, we decided, okay, let's just give an email with just the coupon you don't need to install anything. You just get the coupon right away. And if you actually click to receive the coupon, then you get a follow-up email a week, 2 weeks after saying, okay, if you want more coupons, you can install the app and you have it there. So it was simple. The simple can be effective, actually. Okay, the next one is how to communicate complex topics. So we have a campaign for millennials, but it has a lot of detail of how you can participate in it. And the thing is that there's two things, like people don't have time and they get very confused, like they get confused easily. So if you don't communicate in simple terms, it will be very difficult for them to understand. So instead of doing one email with all the things, or just send them to the website, just so reads this and everything is there, we just split the information in across 4 emails. So the first email is just saying, okay, you can participate doing sending receipts, inviting friends, and flash challenges, and that's it. Second one, it gets more into how you send receipts. The next one, how to invite friends, and so on. And we add like more 10% and of open rate, and click more 1.2%. Yeah, so this is the bit-by-bit approach. I mean, I think you're familiar with it. I just gave it another name, which is like don't just send shorter emails, one message at a time, and just feed the customer bit by bit. Okay, this one. Yeah. So we turned more to content marketing. We're kind of we didn't know how to balance in an email the content and the promotional part. We didn't know how to do it. And so we decided actually just to have like promotional emails and then content emails, instead of just trying to divide one email into both. In the first email, it's just a purely promotional one, and we kind of mix this now with promotional content that actually performs much better because it gives more tips to the customer, and it's less like buy this, and it helps to actually like balance the relationship we have with them. So the insight was actually mix both promotional and content emails. Okay, so I'm gonna share here I think the next one is better. Okay, let's compare both years, 2017 to 2018. So these are both of the years. We sent more emails. We sent more 2 million than the year before. The open rates stayed almost the same. The click rates doubled. I'm just reading at this point. And open to click rates actually doubled. If you look at 2018, the trend. Another thing. An email that's mostly responsible for this, that helped a lot, was the automation, because it was consistently eating 76% of click to open, and it had click rates of 33%, which actually pulls the average very above what it was before. Okay, so to wrap up the insight, so email should be like talking to a child. The copy should be benefit oriented and not product oriented. The only intended clicks and opens should be counted for you to have a reflection of what email reflects, like the intent of your customer. Simple can be effective regarding that automation that actually produce a lot of results for us. Then you should actually try to get your message across not long series, but more emails instead of just one email with a long type of text, and then have a mixed content between promotional and content, so you can balance the relationship with your client. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. So when you were talking about at the end, when you're balancing your content between promotional and just content, are you looking at different KPIs versus being transactional, like driving sales, or versus engagement?
Not really, because so promotional-wise, we just have actually opens, because we cannot actually sell anything online. So the thing we can do is to increase app installs. That's the metric that it's most valuable for us. So the KPIs are kind of the same. We go between open to click rate. But in this, like to just add, in the last year, 2018, we have been more careful to look more to click to open, because we don't want to just try to fool the customer to open the email and then they get kind of frustrated. So we now have more attention to that metric instead of just the other ones.
Okay. So there wasn't it was in Portuguese, so I didn't totally understand, but I was wondering if there was a loyalty card.
There was.
Are you tracking signups as well?
So there was a loyalty card. It stopped. It ended up like it stopped. It was cancelled. It was like for during like six years, but they decided to stop. So yeah, there's no loyalty now. Now we are doing the loyalty mostly to drive the customers to the app, gotcha. And we are trying to kind of email. It's kind of and customers that sign up to the email, we try like after a month or 2 months to.
Oh, that makes sense. So you're tracking to your app downloads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Does anybody else have any questions?
Hello, my name is Hessel Bosma from Vodafone Ziggo. Gonçalo, I have a question about your global presence. I see you're present in 11 countries.
7, I think.
Okay, 7. And how do you? Is this an international program you run?
Yeah, good question. Now we just do Portugal. This is just email for Portugal. That's the area we have the most activity in. The 8 countries we are in. So gas stations are in Portugal and Spain, more in Portugal. And the other countries we are in, we do mostly exploration and production. So it is the different part of the business, you know. So we don't do marketing there.
Thank you.
Do you have a question? Okay. Any other questions? Yep.
Hi, my name is Jeroen from 100% Email. In your overview of your email metrics in 2018, I saw a real big spike in opens and clicks, and it was also the month with the lowest sending out volume. Is there any correlation between
there is. That's also a good question. What happened is that we didn't send many emails on that month, as you said, and the only thing running was the automation of birthday. So that's the spike was just enormous because it was nothing to balance out. So yeah, we just like in reports we were just like eating like 2% of click rate, and then all of a sudden in May it's like 25 click rate, and everyone is like, what's happening?
Yeah, hi, this is Koen from Bosch. I have a question about, because your product is not really emotional driven, yeah. And your results are also not really really good. I think because of the emotional attachment with it. So what is your main purpose to send out the emails? Is it in the end to get awareness for Galp and people will go there again? Or what's the main purpose of sending out those emails?
So the main purpose, it's we have other digital assets. So the first is that most of our clients were offline, so it came from that loyalty card, and we want actually to drive them to digital assets, meaning that for them to keep using digital and know that the information it's there. We want to send them to the app, to our blogs. So we want to kind of teach our customers that online actually it's helpful for them. So it's mostly that, to teach. And yeah, and that's that. And to increase brand awareness also. And yeah.
Okay, so it's mainly to focus on other channels, to send them to other channels.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and would it be better to send them just a snippet from what they can get there, so that they're maybe more interested in what they can get on the other channels?
Yes, that's correct. Now when I presented the articles that were there was an email with articles. We tried to use the blogs as content for the email, and those blogs normally have a video that the video is on the website. So we try to we are trying to make the loop so people, and then we also will eventually sell LPG, which are the bottles, and we are doing this as a delivery service. So we are trying to actually, and we also have the app, so we kind of try to
cross-channel interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hassel again, sorry. This is maybe a question for tonight, but the company name Galp, is that a fantasy of GPL?
Sorry?
Is your company name GELP, is that a fantasy name of LPG?
No.
Not at all?
Just Galp, not at all. Yeah,
okay.
Just Galp.
Okay.
I actually don't know why it's called Galp, to be honest.
Okay, thank you so much, Gonçalo.